morning, everybody. I hope you have had a absolutely gorgeous weekend so far. We are now ready to do our live love interest in separation. For those who are new to the channel, please like, follow, share, and subscribe. The reason I ask that is that you will then have your energies connected in a little bit, which allows me to read the energies, which allows me to get stories that are a little bit more in tune with your particular stories. I also ask that you put your notifications on. This way you will know when I start doing these. I do also a co-hosting one, which is kind of fun with my co-host Susan, and we both will pick some cards. We do them randomly during the week. We're just trying to find some good days where we can be a little bit more consistent. But let's start with our reading and separation today. This is for the collective who are in separation. Spirit, what is the current energies? And Spirit saying reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. Now, this is probably about the second or third time I've seen this pop out, and that's usually not something that we always see, where we're going to consistently get the same card. But it's telling us this weekend, these energies, before we hit July, we need to reflect back on what's happened in the first part of the year. And hopefully we've learned something from that first part of the year, and we've healed a bit. And so now we're going to kind of move into more of a healed space. Put a little bit of extra light there so you guys can read it. And Spirit, can you tell me what else we need to know about this collective in separation? What else do they need to get at this point? Get a few cards coming out. And let's see what we get here. Okay, so first off, embrace what destiny has in store for you. Make sure you have sensible boundaries. It's very important, right? And that's why we need to reflect, because we have those boundaries. Shannon, I'll get to that at the end of the read. It will take probably about 10-15 minutes since we just started. So give it some time. If you have the time to get here or have the time to wait, I will certainly get you as the first person there. Okay. Next thing we have is look deep within your emotions. And let's go back to the boundaries for a second, right? So boundaries are something that everybody always messes up with, right? First, they don't have any boundaries. Then all of a sudden, the pendulum swings to the other side, where their boundaries are so strong, they're just pushing everybody away because they're overreacting. And so what we want to do is we want to kind of stay in that space of balanced boundaries, and that's why you need to reflect to make sure, is your boundaries too strong? Are they preventing that love that you want to come in, or are they just preventing the toxic energy that you don't want, right? And you have to make sure that you really do that, and that's why they say sensible. Emotions, look deep within your emotions, right? So we're getting more confirmation, reflection, emotions. And think of a special moment that brought you much joy with your partner, right? And you want to reflect on that. Why do you want to reflect on that? And I'll show you in a second. The universe is guiding you to that person. Allow everything to take its natural course. Now, why they keep on telling us it's guiding and take its natural course is because what happens is that most of us are codependent. Oh, and Shannon, thank you for the roses. Most of us are codependent. Most divine feminines are codependent. They have a lot of abandonment, rejection, trauma in their life, with their inner child being completely wounded. And so we try to control everything because we are in fear. We're afraid of what could happen, what would happen, what did happen. And so what we're doing is the universe is saying, just let go of that control, jump off the cliff and know that somebody's going to catch you. And when you do, union will be coming, right? And this is the key here, right? Union. This is where everybody wants to go. The union of divine soul counterparts is a miraculous event that begins when you least expect it, which is why you need to release that control. And as you can see, and we've had this quite a bit this month itself, there's been lots of hints of union is coming, union is coming, union is coming. And then we get into that mindset of, oh, okay, union's coming, but when's it coming? I need to know. I need to know. I have to prepare. And the universe say no. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and just kind of let go of those reins, as scary as it may be, jump off of that cliff knowing that there's either a net underneath there or there's a big body of water, and we will be fine. Maybe scary as we're falling down there, but we will be fine. So, universe, what else do you want to tell us? Spirit, what do you want to tell us about this connection that's moving towards that union? What messages do you want to give us? Get one other shuffle in here. What messages do you want to come out? Hey, what? Have any more cards, Spirit, for this? Okay, it looks like we got enough cards. So let's see what we got. Okay, first one, front and center, secrets. I haven't told you everything, right? Your person's been holding out on you. You know that. You've got that intuition that they haven't told you the whole story. They're holding back. I should have expressed myself better, right? And that's probably one of the secrets, is because they're not telling you how they feel. But they haven't given hope up. They haven't given up hope for you. And you're irreplaceable. The way you love me can never be matched. So they know that. They're struggling to find that right path, right? That path to union. Part of the problem is that we have different values, right? They feel that you two are so different. How can it work? There's no way it could work, and their head is just circling and circling in loops and damage. We were both hurting from this. And that's confirmation, because most divine feminines don't feel that the divine masculine is hurting from any of this. They feel that they are, out having fun and enjoying themselves while the divine feminine is healing. Generally, that's not the case. They may be going out and trying to drown their sorrows in whatever that is, whether that's sex, whether that's drugs, whether that's a combination of all that and drink or work. But they're still hurting inside, and it's empty. And so they don't show it, you don't see it, so you feel they're having the life of, they're the life of the party, but you don't know the struggles that's going on inside of their head. So what else do you want to tell us, Spirit? And just remember, divine feminine, divine masculine, that is an energy. It is not a gender. So when I say divine masculine, it could be a he or a she. We don't know. It's your own particular story. So Spirit's also saying, love your shadow, accept and work with the flaws in yourself so you can learn to accept others, right? And that's part of reflection. You want to get to that space where you know what your shadow is and you start healing it, and the only way you do that is by seeing it, right? And that's what your divine masculine and most of your life does, is it reflects to you what you don't want to see in yourself. So the universe puts it front and center in your face, either through triggers or through behaviors of others. And why are you triggered from it? Because there's something inside of you that actually aligns with that, but you don't want to see it. So you want to believe it, and so you can't heal it until you actually accept it. Right? Open yourself up to others. This is how you will create a new friendship and attract a love relationship, right? Closed doors do not attract somebody from coming in. So how are you going to have anybody come in if your doors are all closed? Difficulties, jealousies from others may serve as obstacles in success for this connection. And a lot of us that had third parties, right? Friends, family, they just don't approve of the connection. Open your eyes. If someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. And so what is this? This is telling you that, beware, you may be dealing with a catalyst twin flame and not a true twin flame. Make sure that you are really discerning about somebody's motives. People want a twin flame so bad that they'll accept the most toxic person because they feel it's a twin, and that's not always the case. Which usually that is a karmic. It's called a catalyst twin, false twin flame, however you want to do it. And that person is meant to trigger you so bad that you finally just break open and heal because you just can't take it anymore. And so you have to be very cautious. For some of us, and I've seen this come up a lot, in these reads this past month, some of you are going to have that realization that that person you thought was your twin really wasn't. It was just a catalyst to get you to it. And again, not everybody has a twin as well. Some may have a higher level soulmate. Soulmates are a lot easier. You don't really want a twin because you want something that's easy, happy, and fun. And the soulmate is that. Pray for the soulmate. The twin flame is a roller coaster. Letting go. If somebody leaves you confused more than comforted, you need to reassess their access to you, right? And this goes for both the divine masculine and the divine feminine, because they're both an illusion, because they're both confused. They're letting people kind of manipulate them by the way that they're reflecting engagement. Your love life is soon ascending to a higher level of commitment, right? And that's back to the union. So we're getting more synchronicities here, more confirmations of the same cards through different decks. But you have to let go and you have to release those illusions. Law of attraction. You've been manifesting this relationship. Everything you want will soon be yours, but the only way you're going to do it is to leave that door open. You can't have a closed door. And unconditional love between you and your person is eternal. Nothing and no one can take it away from you. Doesn't mean it's coming right away, but it's there. It's always been there. You just can't see through the illusion of it through this 3D world. So with that, let's see what other deck. I'm gonna get a couple more messages in this read. And so, Spirit, what else do you want to give me in this deck? I only want a couple cards in this deck, and then I want to get to some messages and advice. So Spirit, what else do you want to tell us about this connection we're channeling today? One we've been probably channeling for the past week. That's too many cards, Spirit. I will not take that. Onesies and twosies, please. Still arguing with me, but I'll take these. It's only 4. So we have divine timing. Believe in the right timing, right? And this is the card everybody in the world hates. Nobody likes divine timing because it's on divine's time, when all the cogs, because you have so many different individuals all with free will, trying to get them all to align at once takes a long time, and it's a probability curve. It's not a, hey, this is going to happen at this moment. Never happens that way. Relationship connecting, right? So here we are, another confirmation of union connecting. Ex-lover, old spark, right? Reconciliation, or it could be the false twin that's coming back. We don't know. And if you haven't figured it out, yes, this is a twin flame reading, divine connection, right? So we're getting more and more confirmation. Good morning, Ty. More and more confirmation that this is a indeed twin flame reading that is moving to twin flame union. So let's get some direct messages from the divine masculine to the divine feminine within this collective. So let's see what he or she's higher self wants to tell us about what's going on and what messages they want to give to the divine feminine. Okay, Spirit, what are those messages? We got a few cards, just flew right out. And so we have questions. How many of our issues were simple misunderstandings? Did we base our decisions solely upon assumptions, right? And they're starting to come to that realization, that healing, that, hey, a lot of the shit was just stupid stuff that we just couldn't handle because we were trauma bound. Cannot express feelings. I'm incapable of being open or vulnerable. And they're realizing it now because they've protected themselves. That door was so closed. Too intense. I'm not willing to risk the feeling of that intensity. They knew it was so intense. They didn't want to be open because they were afraid to be vulnerable. Confusion. I don't understand this connection. They can't. And this is their heart versus their head. This is what's going on within that divine masculine. He or she is so far in their head trying to understand, why can't they get rid of you? Why can't they get you out of their head? You're living rent free there. And you left me like I meant nothing to you at all, right? And because they're still not realizing that they triggered you so much that you had to leave. You didn't want to, but you had to, because otherwise you would have gone nuts. And so let's take a look at one more set of messages. So within that, we have, see how many cards want to come out. Okay. One fell straight to the ground, so we'll start with the one that fell straight to the ground, which means that this is happening in the now moment. This is happening very quickly. So the first one that came out, I didn't think I could be what you wanted or needed me to be. And this is what they're trying to tell you. They were afraid that they couldn't live up to your expectations. I still want you. I'm fighting my feelings, right? And so they want to be here, but they're fighting, their heart and their head are having a huge battle. Are you going to reject me? Are you mad? Right? And again, because they knew it's been so long and so toxic, why would you accept them back? But they're on fire for you. And I'd like to see you. I'm dealing with a lot of old karma right now. So they're in that healing process in their head. But we aren't done. We have unfinished business. And I want to return to you. I do. I just want things to be different with us when I do. And so you can see there's so many returning ex-lovers, connecting, union. So Spirit is pushing them, pushing them, pushing them towards that union. And their head and their heart are exploding because the two of them are in this fight to the death. And at one point, that's going to pop. And when it pops, this union's going to come through. So let's take a look at where are we in this journey. So where are we in this twin flame journey? Let's take a look. Spirit, show me what part of the twin flame journey we are. And you've got 3 cards coming out here, so let's see what it is. So if you've been seeing any of these numbers, it's probably a good indication that you need to pay attention to this read. 1010 High Priestess. So what does that mean, right? Expanding consciousness. You and your person are starting to expand. You're starting to evolve. You're starting to understand more. You're opening up. So you could be seeing 1010 quite a bit. 6-6, mirror reflections. You guys are mirroring right now, right? Which means before you start going into your union, generally there's a mirroring space in there. And why that mirroring space is there is because both of you are clearing out and kind of syncing yourselves up, which is why you mirror. And 1111, let go of expectations. You are enough, right? And that's self-worth. So what's happening right now is you're getting yourself into that place, right, of that position where you can get to union. And so if you're seeing 6-6, 10-10, 11-11, 6-6-6, these are all indications that this reading is really geared towards you. So let's take a look at a few love energies. Spirit, give me some love energies on this connection. And then we're going to get into advice and timing. So, Spirit, what other love energies you want to tell us in this connection? 2 more cards. Okay, we got them. And so we've got manifesting the one. How many more times are we going to have to see that to really get that it's coming? Magnetism. There's gravitational pull to each other. Again, more union, connecting, merging. And best friend. Friendship is vital to your romance. Feelings deepen and blossom, which means that you're finally getting to the friend stage of it, right? Because you need to have that friendship as a foundation for a solid relationship. Lust just will not keep it. That is only physical. You need to have the emotional and the spiritual connection as well. So let's get advice from the higher self of the divine feminines. So higher self, what do you want to tell the divine feminines? And remember, divine feminine is an energy, not a gender. So if you are a man and you're watching it, most likely you have divine feminine energy. That's the magnetic creative energy. Okay. And Spirit's saying, the time for romance has come. How much more do we have to get in confirmation from Spirit that something big is coming? So let's get to the meat and potatoes of this, right? And so just don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe to the channel. Donations are greatly appreciated, but not required. If you do like cards at the end of the read, which we're coming up to right now, put your name into the comments. I have one on the queue already. So put your name and your question in the comments, and I'll get to them as many as I can. So Spirit, when is this big romance, this union, everything coming? We want to know. We really want to know. So can you give us an idea? And Spirit saying when you let go. As far as May. So we're looking at between now and a year from now, but you've got to let go. And so with that, that is my read for today. We have up to a year for when this is going to come through. So if you can like, follow, share, and subscribe to my channel. For those of you who are watching on the replay, just going to finish up some commercials here. I do some personal reading, so if you want a lot more in-depth reading on your situation, then you can send me contact information in the description. You can send me an email. I do personal reads. They do come at a cost. I also do spiritual healing through light language for personal, or if you can want to just use the generic stuff I do for the collective, that's up on YouTube as Silver Fox Spiritual. With that, please follow, like, share, and subscribe. And I am now going to end it for the people that are watching on the replay. And I thank you very much. And don't forget to put your notifications on so you can see when I do lives. Okay, so for those